Hello, welcome to Money Tree Savings. This is Reba. I'm so excited you're here for our Saturday video. Today, what I'm going to do is my daily savings, which would be this roll for your savings goals that I do every day, and then my daily minis, so that we can get those completed for the month of January, which Saturday, last day of the month. Crazy. But that's where we are. So we will finish those two things because they need to happen today to complete January. And because that will complete January, I think I will pull all of my challenges and do my reallocation of the funds, and we'll just see where everything lands. I haven't done this very often for the month end evaluation and reallocation step, so it'll probably be a little bit of a mess, but we'll give it a whirl, see what happens. Okay, but we are going to start by reading a message from our Positive Daisy for the day. This one is number 24, so 2 and 4 is 6. This will save $6 on Sunday. And it says, "Life's better with petals and play." Yeah. Keep a youthful attitude and play. And that's what we're doing, playing with our money, which is great fun. And I really enjoy it. So for our first play today, we're going to do our roll for your savings goals. This is a challenge from Anna with Anna Banana Budgets. I'm really enjoying it. You just get a number that you're going to save each day, and you do that by rolling a color dot die, and the color tells you which die you're going to use to get your number. So we have a D4. So let's roll a D4. We got a 3. So we will put a 3 in here for the last day of January. And then we need to retrieve $3 to go into our envelope. So we will use, this is our disc binder, so I'll use our disc binder fund, which is right here, long-term savings disc binder. And do we guys have $3? Well, we have 4. Let's see if there's a 1 in here that I can make change, or if I need to break that down. Let's take this out and see what we have. We do have a 1. Okay. Awesome. So, this is our bank. We will put the 1 in the bank and take out the 4, and that gives us $3. This will go in here, and then this bank will go back in here in my bank binder. All right. So that is our daily roll for your savings for January. And I did decide that I will pull this money, and I haven't decided exactly where I'm going to put it yet, but we will determine that. So we will set this aside for now. And the next thing that I want to do so that we have it completed for the month of January is my daily minis. I do this every day. This is the first step in my 4-step saving strategy. So I have to do it every day. It's what funds everything else that I do. And we put in $36 every day. And each month I transfer 36 times the number of days in the month. So for January, I transferred 36 times 31 and put that into my savings account from my checking account. So that covers the prop money that we're using here to track our savings throughout the different stages that I use in my saving strategy. So that's how that is working. And so far it's working out okay. Sometimes it's a little money stuck in a step and I need it in another step, but only because I'm recording so many videos, and I'm doing that because I want to, because I enjoy it, and I want to be doing my savings challenges, but I don't want to do them and not record them, so I just record a lot of videos, and they're way too long, but that's because I'm having fun. And so anyway, we are starting with envelope 8 based on our paper clip there, and I have been rolling a D3 and that's working out okay, so let's do that again. We will put that there. We'll see if we finish any of these before the close of January. This one we will definitely finish because it restarts every Sunday, and since today is Saturday, we will close out that tiny that we have in that envelope. So we're getting 3 there. Hopefully we get all the way around. Ooh, we may not. Let's see what happens. Oh, the 3s are really falling. Okay, we got 4 left. 2 there. Okay, 1 there. And that one wanted 3, but it did not get 3, so we'll put our paper clip here. Okay. And this one didn't get anything. Okay. All right. Well, that's what happened. So that's why I was using a D2 before, because that did make sure that everybody got at least 1 card. The values on these cards represent the $36 that I put into the bank. So envelope 1 got $3. And this is from Greta with Agape Book Club. Each of these icons is $2. We have 3. Let's see. Well, let's go with this color. Okay, so we can mark off 1.5. I don't have any half X's on here right now, so we'll mark off that one and then half of those paints. Okay. And put that back in there. It will continue into February, and that is perfectly fine. So we have $6 going into envelope 2. This one is from Nicole with Keeley Creations, and I got this on Etsy. I set each of these boxes to be $2, and we have 6 there, so we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Boop, boop. Everybody stay together here. And we got $4 for envelope 3. And this one is from Saving with Tiffany. There's a couple of tinies that I put together to make a mini for this. And each one of these icons is $2. We have $4. So we can finish this one for 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So we have $6, $7 left on that one. Okay. And then we got $4 here for envelope 4. And this one will complete. It only needed $1. So this is from Budget with Amanda. And yes, it just needed this $1 right here to complete. So I am going to put one of those 2s in and take a 1. So we've used one of the 4. So this saved 30. We will mark that back here, $30. And on 1, 31.26. It's from my step 1 dailies. And it's going to go to my step 2. We will roll to see which one of our step 2 binders it's going to go into. And it's going to go to purple, because that 2 is purple. Okay, so we'll put that there and get the money out of the bank when we're done. I do have a backup in here. You know, my heart really wants to say, put it on 7. 7 didn't get any. But we will just go ahead. It's $3. $7 needs 5. It's okay. So we have this new one that I'm adding. It's from Becca Budget 777. Cute little penguin with a lot of snowballs there. And since there's so many snowballs there, we're going to make each one of those $1. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be $25 when complete. All right, and so we have 3. So we can just go 1, 2, 3 to add to that one to get it started. Alrighty. So we have $2 here for envelope 5. And this one is from Anna with Anna Banana Budgets. Each square is $2. So we will just dot that. Complete one more square. All right. And we will just roll with it. That seems like good advice. All right. And number 6 is getting $1. And this one is from Superior Budgets. It's a 400 sub thank you freebie on their coffee shop. And each of these is $1, and we got 1. So, whoop, wrong side. We can mark one of those for $1. And put that right back there. And 7, like I said, didn't get anything. This one is from Kimmy with Kimmy's Budgets on Etsy and Beijing Girl Budgets on YouTube. And it says, I'm just a panda standing in front of a Tuesday, asking it to be a Friday. And I just think this is so cute because each of the boxes say Friday at the top. So very cute. But we'll get back to that one next week. And then envelope, not next week, tomorrow. This is a daily binder. So envelope 8 got $3. This one is from Jan at Country Girl Budgets. It's a freebie on her coffee shop. And very adorable little cow images. Each of these is $2. We have $3. This one needed 1 more, and then we can put the other 2 there. So that's $3 going into that one. And then here we have 3, 5, 7 going into envelope 9. And I'm just starting this one. This is from a freebie on my coffee shop. Just a winter cabin scene. And I set each of these to be $1. We have 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Got more than halfway on that one real quick. Okay. So now we're at envelope 10. And let's see how this one has decided to finish off with $6. Did not need that much, but that is okay. We will put it all in there and see where we ended up. So yeah, technically we were done. We had finished this yesterday, but we apply whatever happens during the week to these tinies. These are from Pansy Budgets, and it's part of the 100 Disney Sidekicks Collab, and I'm focusing on one of the creators each week. So this week was these cute tinies from Pansy Budgets. So we are going to add $6 more. Now, how are we going to do that? Each dot on here is 50 cents. So let's just go 51, 52, 53, 54. And these are $1, 5, and these are $1. So we'll just do this bones for 6. Okay, so now we just have to figure out how much we have in here since I did crazy stuff. But it should be okay. We can figure it out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold still. Okay, so these were each 50 cents. 51, 51, 52, 53. $3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, $3 for that one tiny. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $6 for that tiny. And then these were 50 cents, so 51, 52, 53, 54. 4 for that tiny. And then these are $1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for that tiny. These are $1, so we have 5 for that one. And these are 50 cents each, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 31. So I believe this is saving us $31 instead of the 22 that it was going to be. Yeah. All right, so we're going to put on here 31 for the set, and we finished it on 1/31/26. It's an S1 daily, and it's going to go to step 2. Which one is this one going to go to? Purple. Purple's getting some love today for a change. All right, awesome. So we have 61. Oh, well, first let's go ahead and pull out our next set. I'll make sure I get these in the right order. Oh, well, I have a list here. So for next week, we just did week 4. So for week 5, we have Angela with Angela Marie 888. That starts on 2/1, and that is the set of Tinies. Were the ones that she created. We have some Bambi. They're all Bambi. Look at them. They're beautiful. Yeah, week 5. I even put it on there. Okay, so we have this beautiful set of Tinies for Bambi. And, you know, I did $1, $1.50, and 50 cents. But I just might make everything $1 and see how far we get. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But this is what we're starting tomorrow, because it's a new Sunday, a new week. So we'll put that one in there. And now we'll go back to the bank, pull out the $61 that we need for this. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 1. And you just need to swap out a few things here. Okay. I'll put this money back in the bank. And this $61 will go into our purple bank. However, purple owes $50 to Peach, and we have got enough here in purple now that I feel comfortable taking that little sticky off of there and moving this $50 over into Peach. So first I'm going to put this into purple, and then our Peach bank can get this $50. 10, 20, 30, 40. Let's put it in there somewhere. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so now they're back to even. And there we go. So my banks are fine. The banks will stay the same. Nothing comes out of the daily step 1 because everything from step 1 that finished moves over into step 2. So the way I did this last time, if I can remember exactly what I did, was I started with step 2 and I pulled out the completed challenges. So let's start with purple. I can't remember now. I think I just put them all together because, hold real quick. I'm going to look and see. I think I have a document here. For each step, the things that were completed, I was counting the number of completed challenge and then the total amount that was completed. And then I'll put that in my spreadsheet. So for now, but just by the step, not by the binder. So I'm going to go ahead and pull everything for step 2 in my step 2 purple, all of the completed challenges out of there. Because what this tells us is what we completed in step 1 during January. Because I did this on the last day of December. So anything in here now was completed in January, which we can tell by the dates on the backs. Well, that really lightened up those binders a bit. Okay, let's go ahead and set those out of the way. So, well, this is kind of exciting. All right, everything here is something that completed in step 1 during January. So we will, first let's just count them. Number of challenges completed. 1, 2, 3. I'm counting these sets as one. So we're at 4, 5, 6. Okay, I need some of this sort quick because those are getting stuck to each other. I don't want that. All right, let's start over. We're just counting them, right? 1, 2. 40, 41, 42. So that number will go right here. And I'll put it into the spreadsheet and it'll total it up. So those were step ones that were completed, and then we'll get the amount that those 42 challenges equal. Okay. Try not to make this take too long, but I think because all of mine move into just 4 steps, it kind of keeps them already consolidated, like are already grouped to some level. So hopefully it's not too long. So we have $25 on that one. And 30. I'm not going to mention everybody as I go through here again, but I am going to like lay them here. Hopefully you can see them. And so we have 32 on that one, and 32 on that one. And this set was 25. Two, 30, and 31. There we go. We finished 42 challenges in step 1 during January for an amount of, I probably needed to make this bigger. It doesn't need to be bigger, well, I don't know. 1,073. So when I type all of this in the spreadsheet, it'll fit better. So that is awesome. That is step 1 that was completed. Step 2, when it's completed, goes into step 3. So I have to pull the challenges from all of my step 3 binders to see what we completed in step 2. So let's see what we have for those. All right, so for the Collabs step 3, we have that set that was completed and came into here. Collabs. I moved these over to them. Just make sure. Yeah. So that was my games binder, but I moved games and scratchers, 2 of my step 3s, into this big binder here. So we have these that were completed in January. And then the other one would be my box challenges. So, whoa. Let me get out my envelope of completed challenges for that. I moved the money over into that bank, but I kept the challenges here. So there's those. Okay, that should be everything from step 3. I mean step 2 that went into step 3. what I'm wondering is the challenges in this no IOU fund come from kind of all of the steps, but more likely from things in step 3 where I didn't, or step 2, either step 2 or step 3 where I didn't quite complete it, and then I put the rollover into here. So that's still active, that's still active, new, 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 new. Okay, so I'm just going to find the ones in here that have been completed, which I think are these, and I'm just going to go ahead and put them in here. I should write on these when I complete them as well. I should, but we're just going to put those for now. And we'll just add them to my step 2 totals. So the reason I call these step 2, even though I take them out of step 3, is because they came from step 2 and funded step 3. So these were completed in step 2. I don't have a separate miscellaneous one for those, so I'm just going to put them in with, I don't know. I'm just going to set them there for right now, and then I'll decide. But here's what I have for step 2 that went into my step 3 binders. And you can tell they came from step 2, either peach or purple, and then they went to step 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 completed challenges in my step 2 binders. 20 were completed. I said 20, right? I think so. Okay. So the totals on those were 30. It's 35. 63 and 75. Wow. That is pretty remarkable. So that is 1492. Actually, I should just do 1492. This one equaled 1073, and it had 42, and this one had 20. Okay, that is cool. Okay, so we have stuff that completed step 1, stuff that completed step 2. Maybe I will just, I don't know. Just make a separate category for this for right now. Because I don't know, sometimes it comes from step 3 leftovers and sometimes it comes from step 2. So I should start writing on the back of these and then I'll know which one to put it in for this month. It's not very much, it's $13. So I'm going to just write up here, IOU fund. We completed 4 of them for $10, $12, $13. I'll just write that on there for now. And I'll start writing on these when I finish them, where they came from or whatever. I will start doing that. Okay, so the next thing that we would have is anything that completed in step 3 would have moved into my step 4 to fund step 4. So where did I put those? That is the question. We have some here. So we have those from my green binder. And then we used to have them go into this gray binder, but I moved everything out of here into that disc binder. All right, and I don't think, so this is the kind of the new gray binder because it's really just mostly money envelopes. Let me make sure I didn't keep any completed challenges back in the back here. I might have. Yep, I do have one here. This was a completed challenge on 1-2. It went into step 4, $610. Although some of it had moved earlier, so I have to pay attention and figure that out. Okay, no, that is something else. Okay, so that was a completed one. And then sometimes I also throw the completed challenges from that into here. For example, this was a step 3 that was completed and moved into step 4. I put that there. This is not. Even if it is, I think I wrote it somewhere else. I also started putting my thank you notes in here. This kind of became a catch-all. Okay. So, like, these would be too big. This completed step 3 and went into step 4. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and just put, this was in the IOU and it was too big to fit. So I'll add 1 and 1. So we're going to make that 5 were completed for $14. And watch me find another one because I'm just, okay. This was in step 3 and it moved to step 4. So that's 1. This is also 1. Step 3 and it moved to step 4. What is this? Why is there money here? Okay, this is a step 4 completed. So once step 4 completes, then that goes into a savings fund. So this will be next. And this is step 4. Oh yeah, that was step 4. That was step 4. This was step 3. And this was step 3. Okay, so we'll just keep those there for right now. I hope I'm not really confusing everybody too terribly bad, but it does kind of make sense in my brain. So these are things that completed in step 3 and went into step 4. So we've counted step 1 completed, step 2 completed, this will be step 3 completed, and then anything that completes in step 4 goes into one of these funds. So we're just tracking kind of, oh, I'm pointing over to where you can't see. I'm tracking things that move through the system here. This is where the system kind of completes and moves into actual savings funds. So then we will put in here what savings funds got funded during January. So that's kind of the end game there. So this is another funding that helped that. So we have 1, 11, 12, 13. So we had 13 from step 3 that completed. I'm going to write that there. 13, step 3, and now we'll get the total amount. These will definitely be larger because these are bigger challenges. These are like games and collabs and stuff. So we got 146 for this one, and it was the January Norlis collab. So that saved 146, and then we had one of the quests on this, on the Wizard of Oz quest that I finished, and that one saved $34. And then we had the Pop the Balloons, some of my challenges saved $84 that we moved into step 4 during January. And I just wrote that on there because it's still ongoing in the binder. Then our Snowball Fight collab, which was what I kicked off my channel with, recording Snowball Fight videos. very fun collab. Still enjoying watching it for other people are still playing. So we have 352 that I saved for that one in January. And then this is the escape room game that I was playing, and okay, that was path 3. So I had already cashed out paths 1 and path 2. I finished path 3 in January. That was a total of $65 because it was 41 plus 24, so that's 65. So it was a total of $65 that went into step 4. So that's that. Then I had the scratcher that went over for $55. And then this one was It's Okay to Feel Your Feelings from Play to Save. And I had cashed out 400 in November. So then that brought over 63. And so 210 is what I cashed out in January. And so the total saved was 610. So 210 happened in January. So that was a really fun game and saved good money. And then I did 10 rounds of play for this challenge from the Budget Evolution Sail Away Savings Challenge. And just yesterday we finished that, and it saved 224. So that one went completed in step 3 and moved to step 4. And then I have this $100 scratcher that completed, so we'll add 100. And then we had these scratchers from What's Poppin' Sunshine that completed, and it was 90 total. I did them all together, so it saved 90. And then we had this scratcher that saved 62. That was a lot of fun. And then we had this one that saved 47. And then we had this one that saved 91. Okay, so those were things that completed in step 3 and moved on to step 4. So there we go, in order. Step 1, 2, and 3, completed challenges. So we are going to write down 1560 for step 3. All right, so that's what fueled the system for January, is all these challenges moving through and getting to step 4. Step 4 is my long-term savings and some books and things that we haven't really pulled yet, but we can. Let's see, only one of those completed, so I might not pull anything for the Lemon Ivy scratchers just yet. I do have one that's completed, and yes, it's this one, and it moved here. The rest of them are all in the Lemon Ivy binder that I made. This one completed for $30. So I think we're going to just leave this. No, why don't I create a system? This completed in step 4. So we will pull it. I need to write on here. Step 4. And Ivy book. Completed on 1/4. So then we will put this there, and this is for home, so I need to remember that. Okay, wasn't super prepared, but it's okay. It's really, it's all right. I think what I'm going to do, this might seem a little bit weird, but I don't know if I'll have anything else coming in for home, so I'm just going to label this as home. and set it right there. Kind of create a little file system. I may need that again later, so I'll just set it over there for now. This book, Dream of Adventure book, is a step 4, and it goes to taxes. I don't know what we'll owe for taxes, but saving for it just in case. We have already cashed some of those out for other things. So we have 50, 60, 70, 85. So why don't we go ahead and just do that. And I will set this one to be for taxes. So that 85 will go to taxes, and I will just write on here that we closed out. Oh, I don't want to use that. It's gonna definitely leak through. 131.26 to taxes fund. And it was 85, which leaves a current balance in the envelope at 0. Okay, so there we go. And we'll just keep going and playing games in here and saving money and then moving it at the end of the month for that book. All right, so our memory scratchers, I don't think we've finished anything in that yet. We do have some of those that I set aside that are for memories. Oh, they're still in the box. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and throw all of this in this box because this is my January completed challenges. I'm just going to put them in like this, and then I'll put this on top because that's completed from step 4. Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about these things. So this football challenge completed in January, it was long term. It goes to taxes and it's $200. So I'll just put it here behind taxes and we'll put that in there. I hope that makes sense. So I need another little file system here. We need one for auto because we had some stuff that finished for auto. And we will just write that on here. So we had this one for another football challenge, saving the score of the Chiefs and then a win-loss amount. This saved $477 and for long-term savings, and I put it to auto. So we will put that 477, 1, 2, 3, 4, 50, 60, 70, 5, 6, 7. That will go to auto. There we go. We don't have all that many funds. Well, we have a few, but not too many. And then this set was in my, the reason I started pulling this, because this is a set that used to be in this one until we switched over to our scratcher box. We were working with this, what? Oh, this is a total. These are individual amounts. I was like, why is it 132 and 449? How can it be both? So each of the cards, I had the amount that they saved, and then this one, because this is the dashboard, is the total for all of these. Because it was a set of like vacation themed challenges that I worked together as kind of a mini book. It saved 449. I completed it on 115, and it goes into memories. So I do need another card. So we have the 449. Yep, that's what we should have, 449. So I need another category here for my memories. Right, that. And this one goes to that one. I'm just going to put it right there. Okay, so far so good. And we haven't finished any of the scratchers yet, so in future when we finish some scratchers, those would go to memories. Now we have more stuff here to go to auto. We have from our Outdoor Oasis. Right now we're sitting at 207. So we will write on here 131.26 to auto 207. 207. Okay, then we can just put this behind our auto card. And then we'll get totals after we are done. And this will stay in here because we'll be saving more in that book still. All right, we'll do the same thing for the Flintstones. Oh, yeah, I've been writing directly on this. I need one. Am I off screen? I am, sorry. 131.26. This one's going to auto. And for that month we saved 1, 2, 10, 12, 14. 214. I wasn't pulling this every month until I started recording videos, and I didn't start recording videos until December. So that's why that first one was higher. I wasn't pulling it. So this one will also go behind our auto card. And here we go, making progress and moving money into savings funds. There we go. And this Wanderlust Wednesdays is also for the auto fund. So, do I want to pull it every month? It's $70. If so, I need something to write it on. I don't really want to write on that. I guess we may as well. We'll still be having a running total of the amount saved, so I think it will work out fine. Why don't we just use a piece of paper here? We can go 131.26 to auto and $70. And we'll just keep this in here and put it against there for now. So that's going into auto. I know auto's getting a lot, but it kind of needs a lot right now, and we will adjust as needed if needed. So the ones where it's still ongoing, I leave in the folder. Ones that are complete, then they'll go into the completed challenge bucket. And these daisies, I really haven't decided what I'm doing with them yet. I was kind of thinking about putting them to memories. Yeah, I think I do want them to go to memories. We got 44, but I also still owe it from the last time. I put this in as a dashboard because I need to write that better. It doesn't look so great, but I don't really use them as money placeholders, but I love them. So I'm like, well, it'll make a nice dashboard. So this is my dashboard for my daisy money. And I think I'm going to just write a note on here. Pool money quarterly. And it goes to memories. There we go. Dry that off a little bit. So I'm going to leave that in there for now. And that's everything in the green binder, right? Yep. Pulled. Yeah. All right. Stick this in here. It should be okay. All right, so what we have left are decisions on our long-term savings, which is like our daily saving, all of the things in this book, where the money is in this book. So, I think I wanted to randomize it, but I feel like that would just take a really long time. And I think I'm not going to do that this month. At some point, I might decide to randomize some of this. And some of it I'm pulling and some of it I'm not. So I'm going to put January to taxes. Because that's fun. Yeah? Yeah. So... I kind of want to do it this way. Did I pull two? Nope. Okay, so I'm going to put this here as a label. And I'm going to write taxes. Oh, I should have left room for how much I saved because I haven't even counted that yet. So why don't we do that? We will go ahead and pull the money. Did I get it all? Yeah. Okay, let's see what we saved. We have 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 75, 77, 79, 81, 83. So $83. Very nice. Maybe I can still fit that on there. 83. Yeah, got it. All right. So this 83, we will just put behind our taxes card. All right, done. Yay. Thank you, Anna. That was fun. Now this, I'm going to let ride for a while, and I'm still deciding, but maybe pull quarterly. That's kind of what I'm thinking for now, but not sure. Actually, no, I think what I decided on these two, because this one saves 675 and this one saves 300. So together this is almost $1,000 when complete, and I thought I might just leave these till they're complete. And then I have this one where I'm on track to do it in a year based on trying to save at least about $13 a week. And so hopefully by the time this completes, this one will be close enough to completing. If I can get them both done at the end of the year, then I would have $1,000 to put to whatever fund really needed it at that point in my savings journey, based on whatever happened through everything else for the rest of the year. So it'll kind of just be like that buffer. So I'm going to keep those two till the end of the year. That's my goal for that. This one, I think I'm going to pull quarterly. Let's just see. Why don't we check and see what's in there? Then we can make a decision based on that. 46. 46, 46. Yeah, I think I'm going to wait on that one. I'm going to wait. I don't know yet how I'm going to do that. But then for some of these where I have 2 months here, I'll pull this at the end of February and put it somewhere. Same with this, because I'm working on them 2 months at a time. I will pull this at the end of February and put it somewhere. I think these are supposed to go to medical, but we have a FSA, so the first part of the year, medical is kind of fine. We need it more toward the end of the year. So we may put it toward memories at first and then medical. This one is quarterly, so we'll pull it at the end of March. We'll just let it go until we finish the page. That's what I decided on that one. But these, I have completed pages here. So I thought I would go ahead and save these. See, I had this here. I was all prepared to do randomizing for this really fun one from Cash Stuffing Canadian, and I may do that later. As a matter of fact, maybe I will try to shoot for doing that in February, and maybe I will, yeah, maybe I'll do that because I feel pretty comfortable with what's in there right now. Although I should condense this, it's getting a little bit thick. But maybe I'll go ahead and just do the February for these two books, the one from Anna and Lacey and the one from Pam. I'll do the February games, and then I will take those along with these other ones. Well, that one's not done in February, but these other two that are done in February. And then I will take all that and randomize it just for fun and see what happens with that. But this one, I have my tracker here. That went to taxes, so that's cool. There's some other things in here that aren't in that. Yeah. We have this one from Budget with Carly, which is quarterly. So maybe I'll pull this quarterly with the quilt. This one I'll pull when it's finished. It should be finished in February, so I'll pull that when it's finished. And I'm going to leave this one in because we didn't even complete January on that one. Okay. Yeah. So I feel good for what we have done here for my step 4 and the things that are going to go into savings funds. So why don't we just get some totals real quick. So for auto, let's see what we have going into auto. Do I need a little more space? I don't know. We'll see. Yes, if you're thinking this doesn't make any sense how I'm laying this out, you are absolutely right. But that's okay. It is okay. It will work fine. Okay. I think this is significant for auto, which is good. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to use a calculator because I'll forget that as soon as like 800 plus. Whoa, sorry. Trying to hurry because I'm seeing that this video is already getting way too long. But I want to set this where it's not in the glare. I don't know if I have a spot that's not in the glare. So there's 800, and 250s is 100, 20, 40, 50, 55, 60, 2, 4, 6, 8. So that is auto. It's getting 968. And technically, this is prop money. So the money is, the way this works is, I put in like some, I don't know if you can see this because it's small. I know it's small, but I put in some placeholder amounts. Those are still yellow because they still need to be filled out, but I just put it in so that you can kind of see what happens. So if auto, I put 600, but I have 968. So I'll change that to 968. And what happens is that automatically, when I type that in there, because I have the word auto here, this is formulated to find anything that's labeled auto and add it into this change column. So that will change to 968, and then it'll add the start amount plus the new change amount. So that will be the new balance. And then these are just my goals. So that's what will happen as I type these in with these labels. It automatically updates the corresponding category over here with the change amount and the new balance. And then this start amount equals this balance amount. So this automatically comes here and then it starts over. So what I do is I also have an in-play amount, and it adds more when I put money in at the beginning of the month. And then whatever I put in here, I put as a minus here, and it takes that out of the in-play and moves it into these funds. So whatever amount I put into a fund, I remove from my available to in play amount. And ideally, what that does is just balance that all out. So we'll see if that's how that actually goes, but so far that seems to be working. So that's how this whole spreadsheet works. And then I have tied that to my actual tab that I have in my spreadsheet for my savings amount, which I balance against my actual bank amount. And then I have an extra savings that I will be doing from my personal account. So I'm going to do some savings there. That will be funding these yellow ones. It'll fund my emergency fund and my debt. I have a personal loan that I want to pay off this year. So I'm going to be using my personal account to fund both of those goals. And so that's this amount that we're adding here to see what we have available to be a part of my savings and what we've actually saved. And that's the difference, 4 cents. So anyway, this is what kind of keeps me on track. I know it's a lot. My brain is busy in spreadsheets, and I recognize it might not make sense to everybody, but that's how I'm doing it. And then these have formulas to automatically calculate throughout the system. So 968 going into auto. I wrote that down. I will go type it in on the actual spreadsheet. And then I don't need this money anymore because technically it was a placeholder for this amount of money or this amount of money that was in play. And then we move it to the fund. So we subtract it from our in play and it comes off of this balance. So I can just put this back in my bank because once I have it to be applied, it can go back into rotation for using for challenges again because it's just placeholder money. So that's auto complete. And let's see what we're going to add for taxes. So I hope that's not all too crazy. The stuff that I'm saving from my personal account, I'll be talking more about that later. Because I want to record those too, but I feel like it's as a whole separate track. But so for taxes, we have 1, 2, 250, 20, 40, 60, 80, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8. All right. So 368 for taxes in January. 368. Whoa, that 6 got out of control there. 368. All right. So again, I'll just put that all away later so we don't have to spend the time on it. But that's taxes. And then for home, we're just putting in the 30. And again, home fund is just our dishwasher that's making really crazy noises, breaks down and won't work, and we have to do something. This home fund is for anything like that. Anything that we might need for our home. It's nothing known, like not saving for a known. Well, if we get a whole bunch in there, though, it could also be down payment on a new home if we decided to do that, or remodeling if we decided to do that. So it could be all of those things, an ongoing fund. So for memories, we're adding 1, 2, 3, 400. This might just be the one that it might have just been one, but anyway, 400, 10, 20, 30, 40, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's the 449 that we had from that set. So for memories, we're adding 449. We do want to take a trip somewhere this year. We usually like to travel in the fall, so we'll see. So I did want to really start putting some money into there. And let's see, for my goals, I have the amount I would like to add during 2026, and then my end of the year goal could be less than the balance plus the amount I want to add. Like for emergency fund, it's not, but for like home, we could add 2,000, but I'd be okay if we had 1,000 left at the end of the year, because maybe we need to spend some. And if we need to spend it, we need to spend it. That's what it's for. So anyway, yeah. So that's what happened during January for my savings. And I am very excited about it. I'm excited to go put these numbers in my spreadsheet and compare it to last month, which I don't have on this spreadsheet. But going forward, I'll bring, like when I print this for next month, I'll bring January and February so we can see the difference. I compare just out of curiosity more than anything. So everything that was completed in January is in here. And yeah, I can't think if there's anything else I needed to share. But that was fun. And I had some happy mail. I already recorded opening it, but there's I don't think I can fit it in. I cannot fit it in here. So I will probably just post that as a separate video, and then you can check it out if you want. It's pretty. I'm really happy with what I got. One of the things is these new dice. So if you want to see where that came from, they came in a package that I got from a very lovely creator out there. So that I think you all know. So anyway, a little thank you. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for your time and your support. I really appreciate it. I hope you have an amazing Saturday, that the last day of January is going great for you, and that February starts out on Sunday with nothing but wonderful things. And I hope I see you here for our Sunday video, where we'll do more of our long-term savings so that we have the money to move into our savings funds and to support our savings goals. And I, again, hope I see you there tomorrow, and I will now say goodbye.